and welcome to the Everything GM broadcast. What a lovely day it is. Indeed, it is 4 minutes past 10 here in Korea. How does it feel for you? Oh, that's a bit loud. How are you feeling today? Let me know your mental health out of 10, your physical health out of 10, and get ready for a tabletop stream. Woo! Very good, very good. It's so nice to have you here, whether or not you are in the live, whether you're watching the VOD in the future, whether you're lurking in chat, whether you're active. No matter how much of a good day or bad day you're having, just know that no matter how you've arrived here, that I'm grateful that you are here. So thank you for being here. Thank you for still existing. Thanks for waking up today, and thanks for just keeping on going, because you deserve it. Know that I am appreciative of your attendance, and thank you for making me a part of your day, and thanks for letting us spend some time together. What is the time we're spending together? That's a good question. It's really chat-driven, as we've done before. The world of tabletop RPGs is wide and vast, and I have stuff that I can talk about. Like, there are subreddits that we can look at, and sorry, showed my age there. And we could go on the line to the YouTubes and the Reddits. We can go look at stories. There's some 1D&D stuff that we can look at as well. But really, the main focus of World of TTRPG streams is you. If there's anything that you have, if there's anything that you want to talk about, if there's anything that you want to share, any stories, advice, discussions that you want to have, then this is your chance to do so. So if you are in need of any kind of ears to hear your words, D&D related, then we are here. And speaking of which, let's get going with some tavern music. If you don't know what the tavern music is that's going on right now, it's Pocket Bard. Yes, and this is vocals in Pocket Bard. Vocals that, at a whim, I can switch off. Isn't it cool? Hello, friends.
Hello.
Goodness. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today.
Yes.
If you missed the morning stream, it was short. I did some music, and we did 3 tracks. But I was rapidly falling asleep at my desk, so I went back to bed when the stream was finished.
Fair.
And I slept for a couple more hours. Yeah, I've been playing more Wildermyth. So Gothic 3 is finished, for those of you who were interested in following along. And I've now moved on to Wildermyth, which is a game I wanted to play for many years, but couldn't get around to it. And now I'm obsessed. It is amazing. And it plays exactly like a perfectly cozy, whimsical D&D campaign. All the dialogue makes me so happy to read just because of how creative it is, because of it's all procedurally generated, so I feel like I have my own little, curated story for myself based on the characters that I have, and there's such subtle changes depending on the kind of changes that you do. Oh, it's just great. The gameplay is very satisfying as well.
We should play together sometime.
Oh, we should! That'd be so cool! It is multiplayer, so anyone who wants to do that and get into some Wildermyth, you can definitely shout me out. It's great. I have to say, the first time I was playing it, it was very difficult, and it ramped up in difficulty quite sufficiently. But that's also kind of what D&D is. Like, D&D starts with level 1 being okay, like you're still learning, but everyone else is a strong fart will blow them over, and then you get to level 2 and 3, and it's some tricky monsters, and there's a big difficulty hump, and then you come into your stride, and if you know what you're doing, it's great. It's fantastic. So yeah, I'm really enjoying.
I mean, technically, even at level 1, you're more proficient than 90% of the people in the world.
That's true. Well, in D&D terms, yeah,
technically,
absolutely.
In D&D, everyone else is level 0 peasant kind of thing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. On average, anyway. Yeah, with Wildermyth now, I'm at a level, I think everyone's level 4 or something. My adventurers are getting old. They've got gray hair now. One of my adventurers had a daughter, which is freaking cool. I didn't even know he was seeing someone, and he just had a kid. 2 of my adventuring party have fallen in love. It's phenomenal.
Aww.
It's phenomenal.
And Alfrex, no, this one is not sexist at all.
Yes. No, this one's great. There's, Oh, hold on a second. Ah, there we go. Okay. There is a,
It is sexy, though.
Yes.
There's,
Your fish wife, Ash.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, one of my, one of my leaders has, like, a piece of fucking, like, crustacean, weird, like, gloom shit on their face now from the end of the first chapter, and yeah, it's great. Is really cool. Who's here?
God damn it.
Alfred, Ash, Amtrak, Thomas. Thomas, you were here in voice chat. Why did you leave? I saw you there.
Caught.
I wasn't kidding, MJ. I didn't think you were kidding. You've changed your name like 7 different times. I didn't think you were here. Hello! Ah, and you're here. I can tell you in person. My mental health is there out of 10. Oh, that's good. At least it's here. 5 out of 10 on both accounts. Working from home, though, so I have the opportunity of booting it up to a 7 out of 10 at the cost of wine. Unfortunately, sober out of 10, but now I've got you guys out of 10. Aww. That's nice. Wait, Thomas, you use Pocket Bard? That's so sick! Pocket Bard is amazing. And even the free options, I am subscribed because it's insanely good and well worth my money. But everything, like, a lot of stuff is free without the need for subscription. So you can definitely feel it out and see if it's worth your money to have all of it. Yeah, oh, that's what you were responding to, Sylv. Yeah, the game with no women is finished. This one does not have, this one has plenty of women. And plenty of people who are neither as well. Hello, Raz. What have you walked in on this time? Wildermyth discussions. Yes. My battery is so low, I have to either not play any TTRPG or just play one game. Wait, what do you mean? Your battery's low right now? You realize we're not playing a TTRPG right now, right? Like, you don't have to set up anything, or we're just gonna chat about it, so it's okay. I don't think it needs... Yeah, no, this is... The world of TTRPGs is, as I have described it very clearly, discussion and story sharing, and not actually a tabletop. Although, don't never say never. Because y'all know I've been thinking about a tabletop for this stream for a very long time. There are many plans for that. Surprise child, my ultimate phobia. Well, I was gonna say that's not a problem for you though, is it? Wait, Alfred wants a fish wife apparently, Ash. Can he borrow yours?
No, my fish wife. No, I mean, if she's okay with it, sure.
Yeah. What if polyam?
Wait, if she's okay with it, but you're not, then that's another conversation to have there.
Nah, I'm okay with it.
Okay. Talking about Pokeball reminded me of Tavern, which was supposed to be a TTRPG LFG app. Oh, wait. Oh, cool. What do you mean it was supposed to be? Did it not? Did it not take off or anything like that? And while you respond... is there anything anyone wants to talk about today? There's new 1D&D stuff, if you want to talk about that. Do you have any other, any stories you want to share? Any advice that you need? Anything that you're doing in your tabletop life right now? Feel free to communicate when ready. And if not, I have stuff that we can look at as well. I'm very curious about... I am very curious about how the, goodness gracious.
Hi, Thomas.
Thomas!
Hello.
I am very curious about the, new 1D&D stuff, because there's been a bunch of stuff that's just come out as well, on D&D Beyond. So there are new classes that you guys, I think, honestly, I think this might be a good... Well, I mean, they're the same classes. They've just been changed. I think this might be a really good time to do that, actually. So let's do some...
you know the most important change?
Some 1D&D stuff. What is the most important change?
Wizards of the Coast have clarified that the grease spell is non-flammable.
Oh my god, what? Wait,
Mhm. It is officially non-flammable.
wait, that's a huge nerf. What do you mean?
Duh.
Oh god. Okay, we're in for a wild ride today then.
It's a level 1 spell.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was always supposed to be non-flammable. So it's not like they just suddenly decided it.
Okay,
Oh yeah, Raz, yes.
so
Raz
I
did
enjoy.
his investigation thing.
Oh yeah, we can do that. I enjoy that I found my people in thirsting for anything that isn't fully human. Yeah, there's lots of people like that in here. We got.
Hello, we're monster fuckers.
Remember how I like the
No
way you
idea what
say
you
it,
mean.
like you're introducing yourself as someone who's actively doing it right now. Like, hello, we are we are currently engaged in.
I mean, we're just talking about fishwives.
No, I meant like you had a tryst of monsters like nearby that were.
God, I wish.
Are they in your basement? Alright, remember how last time I said I wanted to do a bit of an investigation thing in my superhero MM game? It was a success. All players thanked me for how much fun it was. Oh, the the thing, Sylv, this is what you were talking about. The thing that, the thing that you did, the thing that you asked for. Did it go well? What did you end up doing? Tell me about it. What did you end up going for? And what did you, what did they end up doing? Did you take any of the advice that we shared and like talked about? And in the meantime, I will go to D&D 2024 Player's Handbook, and we're gonna figure out what goes on in the D&D 2024 Player's Handbook. Like, do I have to buy it, or can I just read about it? I mean, it's not out yet. I don't think fully. Is it out? Oh, I just got flashbanged.
No, it should be in September.
Oh, it's in.
I don't want to put my head on the block.
It's in pre-order. Can I not see, like, yeah, new to D&D. Okay. I'd love to see what we can do. Game rules. Can I not see, like, oh, do I have to log in first? Hold on, let me log in. Oh god. What's my password for D&D Beyond? Do I have to make one? Okay, I'm gonna make a quick D&D Beyond account. Forgot password? I mean, no, I guess like I'll register. I don't know. No, let me log in with Steam. That's always good. I didn't know they were connected to Steam. We were unable to find a Wizards account linked to your Steam account. No, but I have a... I have to register anyway. Okay, you know what? No. I have an account somewhere else. It's just on a different browser. Let me go. Oh, here I am. Okay. Okay. Collections. Tools. Forums. Maybe it's in the forums. Where do we go? Where do we go for this? What is the... Ah, here we go. Wait, no. Artificer. These are class forums. I don't know if... Ah, here we go. Artificer 2024. Let's see. I'm running a module for 2024. That out of the way. I'll update the link section subject when 2024 drops. Oh, this is a... Oh, okay. This is just things for that. Oh, God. Why do they make it so difficult to find? Community updates. Let's see if there's anything under community updates. Pardon our dust while we relocate. 2024 core rulebooks and SRD. If you would like to learn more, read our article on SRD 5.2. That was April to June 2024. The 2024 core rulebooks, yeah. Nope, still nothing. It's very weird. Very, very weird. There's so many card-carrying monster lovers in this community. Yeah, correct. They investigated a strange murder that it's almost as if when you make a place that is safe for people to be themselves, that people are then unapologetically themselves. And some of that you gonna have to spiritually prepare yourself for. They investigated a strange murder that had taken place in a high-ranking mobster's home. They analyzed the clues and followed the trail to the city sewers. Nice. In there, they followed the trail to a settlement of homeless people where one of the party members was mistaken for an angel by one of the tweaking locals. Oh, God. Other hobos tried to shank the talkative hobo because they didn't want to anger the demon living in the sewers. Oh, Jesus. Naturally, they saved the helpful hobo. The helpful hobo? Alright, cool. That feels like it should be in capitals. They found the demon-possessed gunrunner's lair and kicked his chauvinistic ass. So all was well in the city, or was it? Wait, I have a thing for this. I'm gonna try it again. Wait, where is it? It doesn't have as much. There it is. All was well in the city, or was it? Sorry, if you're in Discord, you can't hear that. The leader of the group was approached when he was alone by agents of doom, who thanked the Emerald Alliance for removing Brimstone. Very cool. Sounds good. I like this. Okay. Classes. Let's see. View barbarian details. Let's see if they've actually like... No, this is still just old barbarian. Classes rules.
Yeah, they're not going to have updated anything before the books are
Yeah,
released.
no, they're not gonna update it now, of course. They want you to buy it first. I just wish I knew like where this would be. Let's see. 2024 D&D 2024 Player's Handbook class changes. Let's see if there's another one. Oh, what's new in the 2024 Player's Handbook on D&D Beyond? Oh. Oh, okay, okay. On September 17th. Oh, shit, that's quite close. Okay, updates to the classes you love. Yeah, reworked backgrounds, weapon mastery, 100 plus pages of spells. Hello? 400 spells? Jesus. Where to find the previews? Yeah, I just want to see like... Preview articles. Yay! Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay. I found things. I had to click. Guys, I had to click on so many fucking things to get to this place. Like, oh my god. Lucky, you're back. Wait, did you go anywhere? Okay, since now Doom can install someone more pliable as the leader of Emerald City's underworld. Dun dun dun. Okay, so I shall share my screen for my friends as well, and we shall also endeavor to share a screen for you. Wait, that's Discord. There we go. There's D&D Beyond. Okay. So, I'll just kind of put this here. I can have this in the middle. I'll put my face down on the bottom. Make this a little bigger. Okay. You are joining, Lucky. You're right here. All right. So, this is... in this forum, hopefully, will be all of the changes that we can look forward to. Not the details, but like, they're going to be, essentially, that's like how they've changed. So, we've got Barbarian, Rogue, Druid, Wizard, Ranger, Warlock, key changes to spells, pre-order bonuses, haha, capitalism, Monk, more Monk, Cleric, Bard, College of Dawns, that's sick, Sorcerer,
Ooh.
Wild Magic Sorcerer, the species, the 10 species, I love that they've changed it to species, it's very cool. Backgrounds and origin feats, crafting rules, Barbarian, Path of the World tree, like Yggdrasil, and then Bard. So, yeah, what do we want to look at first? What is the most exciting to you?
College of Dance, or whatever it was called.
College of
Dance.
Dance? College of Dance Bard. Okay, let's have a look. All right. Oh, you're turning 9 next month. That's so cool. Happy birthday for next month.
Yay.
When is it exactly? Because then I'll say, if we're on stream, like when it is your birthday, then I'll be sure to say happy birthday. Alrighty, let's have a look at what the College of Dance says, shall we? Alrighty. College of Dance. Unleash killer choreography on your foes. This is great. Alright, so here we go. The Bard class in Dungeons & Dragons has always been unique in that it emphasizes the power of creation as a force to manipulate reality through magic. In the past, bards have been infused with the powers of music, elaborate swordplay, or even the manipulation of whispers. With the brand new College of Dance subclass, introduced in the 2024 Player's Handbook, bard players can now craft characters for whom their body is their instrument. Oh my. Dance as a
Hell
conduit
yeah.
for magic is a natural fit for bardic magic. I agree. Like music, dance has been a form of expression throughout human history, with traditional dances being connective tissue between generations. I mean, this is just facts. Dance has been a medium of expression for, like, as long as any other medium of expression. And I think, I think the fact that they're officially including this, the fact that they've had a class like Bard for, like, so long, and there hasn't been a College of Dance, is an eyebrow raiser. So I'm very happy that there is one now. The development of dance techniques shares much in common with learning new fighting styles, with the body being put through rigorous training to gain muscle memory. Let's look at some ways the College of Dance subclass helps bards channel their creative magic through their physical form. Save $60 when you pre-order the... Shut... I'm trying to read. Fluid form meets fighting function. The College of Dance Bard is a powerful combination of physical form and creative magic. A dancing bard can cause mouths to drop before delivering a swift and elegant kick across the face. This Bard subclass is in rhythm with the Bard parent class features by using bardic inspiration to fuel a new set of abilities and buffs to your characters. It allows you to feel the music the way you prefer, whether that's by using your Bard spells, using bardic inspiration to boost your party, or by channeling your groove into unarmed strikes with the new bardic damage feature for the College of Dance. Yo!
Hell
Half monk? That's cool as hell. Also, hi, Baron. Are we talking about Olympic breakdancing? I am so out of the loop for Olympic breakdancing. I don't want any, like, I saw it once and I was like, what's going on? Why is this a thing? And then I moved on. But yes, interpretive dance bard, very cool. All right, so let's see how we can. So it changes.
They
to
also
bardic
change
inspiration.
how they.
Yes. Yeah. No. Go on.
No, that's exactly what I was going to ask.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they change bardic inspiration.
They have reworked bardic inspiration. Yes. So let's read about it now, just in case we don't get to the actual thing. Also, by the way, the art is probably the it's a highlight of this whole process. Every picture that I've seen of like the 2024 Player's Handbook has been breathtaking. It's so good. All right, so bardic inspiration has been given quite the facelift in the new Player's Handbook. When bardic inspiration is bestowed upon another creature, they can now wait to use it until after their roll on a d20 test has failed to potentially turn a failure into success. So instead of just using it and not knowing and potentially wasting it on a roll that was going to succeed anyway, now you can tell if you failed and then roll to try and turn it into a success. This, I have read a couple of other things about this kind of thing. This mechanic has been brought into way more than just bardic inspiration. and I think it's one of my favorite things to come in. It just makes things easier. It trims the fat. It does away with some of the more irritating minutia of a game like D&D, where people are like, oh shit, I had bardic inspiration, and the DM's like, well, you can't use it now because I've already declared it's a failure. It's like, it's okay, like, it's fine. And I think that them actually officially putting that in the rules is a big step forward. Very cool. Creatures also now have a full hour to roll their bardic inspiration dice. I think previously it was 10 minutes that you had it. In addition, the 2024 Bard's Font of Inspiration, you can now expend a spell slot to get another use of bardic inspiration. So, another thing that is absolutely incredible. Letting spell slots do other things for your class. You get to use, a lot of magic classes get to use spell slots to bring back class features. It's amazing. It's incredible. So that means if you want to be a bard, but you don't really want to do a spellcasty type of bard, you want to be more of a fighty bard, you can still use your spell slots to fuel your fighting abilities. It's just great. It's just great. So then your spell slots don't feel completely wasted. With these changes that boost the effectiveness of bardic inspiration, players should feel more confident in expending this exciting resource, and subclasses like the College of Dance are built to reward you as a player for doing so. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Dazzling.
I have a
footwork.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
In the player's handbook, it says under bardic inspiration, you can inspire others through stirring words or music. I wanted to know if they added dance.
See, now obviously the player's handbook hasn't fully come out yet, so I don't know the full wording of it yet. But maybe we can check. Let's see. Let me go into the actual Bard thing. Here we go. 2024 Bard versus 2014 Bard. Let's see the way that they... I don't know if they... the driving force behind the Bard class... Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's just a mechanical... It's just a mechanical thing. Oh, here we go. A big change delivered in a small number of words is the shift in who can receive your bardic dice. With the 2014 version, a creature had to be able to hear you because of, like singing. In the 2024 rules, they can hear or see you, which is a big shift in the flavor representation. Yay. That is so sick. The class used to feel like it was largely for musicians, with other types of performers waiting in the wings to fill the ensemble. But this shift should encourage you to follow your own bardic inspirations, even if you can't carry a tune. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. So good.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome. All right, so Dazzling Footwork. The College of Dance Bard's initial features grant several benefits. They aren't wearing armor or carrying a shield. You've got the moves. This is so, goofy. I love it. Okay, with the Dance Virtuoso feature, you gain an advantage on any performance check you make that involves you dancing. Very cool. Already for bards, that's going to be, so strong because of how many skill proficiencies they get and stuff like that. A flamenco-themed bard would be incredible, Raz. College of Dance bards could use this feature to create distractions while their party focus on a task, but it could also come in handy during a gala or event. Anyone who has seen an episode of Bridgerton surely has learned how high stakes a courtly dance scene can become. Oh my god! Why are they talking to us like real humans? This is so weird. I love it when...
Alfrix, that's a gorgeous idea.
Imagine a grappler bard that forces their opponents to tango with them. Incredible! Ah! God, just add it to the list. Release your inhibitions. College of Dance bards gain a boost to your unarmored defense, giving you a base armor class of 10 plus your dexterity and charisma modifiers. Oh, cool! You get unarmored defense. Feel the beat, deliver the beat down. It's so great. You're also granted a new benefit to your bardic inspiration in combat with agile strikes, allowing you to deliver an extra unarmed strike whenever you spend a use of bardic inspiration as part of an action, bonus action, or reaction. So this means when you give a party member bardic inspiration, not only will they get the appropriate level dice, but you'll also be able to make an unarmed strike on an enemy as part of the same bonus action. So it's not anything else, you just get to do it. That's sick. That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Okay, so Dance Bard Monk multi-class when?
Well, this is the thing. This is what's cool is that I've noticed in the other kind of snippets that I've read of the class changes that the the classes kind of blend together a lot more easily. So monks do a little bit of rogue stuff now, and rogues do a little bit of like ranger stuff now, and like fighters do a little bit of warlock stuff now. It's like it's very interesting, and I like it because it means that in previous D&D, the one thing I felt the most limited by were the fact that I felt a little too restricted in my class, that I was supposed to play like this way. Like this was the play style that I was supposed to make. And so the more open they make it, the more freely available. I can hear some people arguing that it makes the class identity feel a little bit less, but I don't agree. I think this can really bring a lot of new players to the table in a very open and welcoming way, to make them not feel so intimidated into playing a certain playstyle when they make a new character.
Well, I think it's mostly because, like, I think in earlier editions of D&D, it was, more encouraged to like multi-class, and then they kind of backpedaled from that as they released later editions.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, it's not as beneficial multi-classing anymore.
Yeah. But then you have a player like Duddles who isn't here, but I feel like he would love these changes that make things a little bit more streamlined, because he is such a fan of multiclassing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He has a lot of trouble when he makes characters like sticking to the play style that the class requires you to do, and he really likes to think outside the box. So so I think he would really appreciate this as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, you as well, of course. Okay. As a College of Dance Bard, those unarmed strikes of yours get a boost through the bardic damage feature. When you successfully deal damage on an unarmed strike, instead of the normal damage, you'll deal bludgeoning damage equal to a roll of your inspiration die plus your dex modifier. Jesus. So for example, at level 3, you'll get a d6 plus dex, and at level 15, you get a d12 plus dex. On an unarmed strike? Holy shit! That's sick. The best part about this is that you don't expend the die for that damage. That's sick. Yeah, I mean, I already assumed that, but still cool. All right, then level 6. Inspiring damage. Leaning into the bard's role as a source of inspiration to uplift and engage their party members, this new feature truly lets two tango. When an enemy you can see ends its turn within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction, spend a use of bardic inspiration to move up to half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. Okay, that's nice. Oh! Once you've moved, an ally of your choice within 30 feet of you can also move up to half their speed using their reaction.
Oh my god.
You're like, hey, let's dance, and then you kind of do a line dance up the...
No, I'm just imagining like a party with 2 dance bards just tangoing through the battlefield.
Incredible. Like, yeah, we tango away.
Using the dance moves to like beat the shit out of enemies
just
in like
so
a flawless,
good.
like
so good.
You know,
hell yeah.
Now I want
weaving it into their dance like seamlessly. You know?
I want a dance team up. I don't care. Like, I've never been precious about like, as long as the players are okay with it, I think it can really work well if you have 2 of the same class, even 2 of the same subclass. Like, it's totally fine to have that. And and having like a dance team would be phenomenal. Be so cool. What makes this feature especially
everyone
cool,
a badass until the dance bar challenges you to a dance battle. Oh fuck.
What makes this feature especially cool is that since it does expend a use of your bardic inspiration, if you're unarmored, you can take advantage of our Agile Strikes feature from Dazzling and make an unarmed strike. So when an enemy is foolish enough to end their turn within 5 feet of you, you can deal damage to them, move yourself out of danger of their next attack, and then help an ally move. That's so sick. Another thing that I really enjoy, one of my favorite types of abilities in any tabletop are the types of abilities that set up team maneuvers and that can help your friends with things. Not just healing or like buffing or doing stuff like that, but I mean like this, like letting people move outside of their turn, or controlling the battlefield for your friends, or like giving them some kind of assistance there, setting up a move that they can do then and putting them in a good position. That kind of teamwork makes it feel like the collective spotlight is occurring, which is, I think, the real heart of TTRPG. So the more we have of this, the happier I am. It's going to be great.
I think that was maybe the design philosophy around the is it like the investigator rogue or something? Because you can learn like enemies' weaknesses and stuff.
Oh yeah, any class that lets me do something like that, I love that shit. It's so cool. It makes me feel like the Witcher's bestiary. It's very cool. Move yourself and an ally to flank that foe. Easy advantage. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm imagining like the tango specifically, like someone like tangos away, grabs a friend and like spins them around to the other side of the enemy. So sick, dude. All right.
And then donkey punches a guy in the back of the neck.
Also, level 6, you can help yourself and your allies get off on the right foot when it comes time to roll initiative. As long as you don't have the incapacitated condition when you roll initiative, you can expend 1 bardic inspiration die to grant yourself and each ally within 30 feet of you who can see or hear you all gain a bonus to initiative equal to the number rolled. What? Talk about letting your party get a leg up. That is so strong. Oh my god. That's a D12 at higher levels. But on average, like average D&D party is going to be a D6 to D8. Just imagine every time you roll initiative. Jesus, your bard gives you like a D6 bonus. That's insane. That's so good.
West Side Story, just walking down the alleyway, snapping your fingers at the start of battle. Just turn your D&D campaign into West Side Story. That's what's happening here.
Curtain call. Places, everyone. Places. Leading evasion. As an expert dancer, a College of Dance bard is like a leaf on the wind. All those years of shimmying and shaking have allowed you to avoid taking damage in certain situations. Starting at level 14, whenever you have to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you take no damage. Oh, it's evasion. Oh, sick. They give bards evasion. What? No left sharks in this scenario either. I don't get that reference. If any creatures within 5 feet of you are making the same dexterity saving throw, you can also choose to let them What? Think of it like the dance-off scene in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh my god. Wait. So you have a dance-off to avoid like dexterity save attacks? That's so cool. That is when you like tango out of danger.
Dance around the attack, yeah.
That's so sick. So cool.
Pirouette away from a fireball.
Yeah. Oh god. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. All right, so that's the College of Dance Bard. I have to say, I think my favorite thing about this is the teamwork aspect of it. It's doing my favorite thing that the tabletops do, and that is just set up team maneuvers. I love that everything can be done with your team. That's so good. It makes me want to create one immediately for the game that I totally have going on right now. Oh boy. Also, this should give you inspiration for any other things that you've been looking at as well. Any other kind of tabletop that you're involved in. All right. So that was Dance Bard. Yes, Thomas.
Does the spell casting focus of the bard, does that change too? Because right now they can use their instrument, but can the dancer just not use anything? And would that allow them to have like a weapon in hand instead?
Interesting. I don't believe that they actually have this here. Let me see if I can find it in the bard.
Castanets.
College of Valor can now use a simple or martial weapon as a spellcasting focus and use a cantrip on your extra attack. So College of Valor is changes your spellcasting focus to your weapon. So I'm assuming that dance will change the focus as well. Let's see. Yeah, martial weapon is a spellcasting focus. See, here's the thing. I see. If you want to focus on casting spells, you can, but if you built a bard based around the functions of bardic inspiration like College of Dance Bard, you can choose to sacrifice spell slots to give yourself more access to those abilities. So I think what they might change it, but they don't actually necessarily mention it here. So I think what they might do is, I think they intend the College of Dance Bard to be a bardic inspiration focused class, and then you use your spell slots to fuel the bardic inspiration, and then you don't need a focus because you're using that anyway. So I'm not sure.
Your body is the focus. Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'd be okay with them changing it. I think they should make that clear, but of course I haven't read the book, so maybe they'll be in there in the book.
I mean, I could 100% see a College of Dance bard being like, I don't need a focus. This body is magical as enough.
Yeah,
as it is.
Exactly.
See these dance moves?
Oh, the sharks was... It is a West Side Story reference. Oh, wow. That's interesting. All right, so let's keep going. World Tree Barbarian, crafting rules, background and origin feats, species, sorcerer, wild magic, cleric, warrior of the elements monk. Oh, you literally become an avatar here. Like, genuinely, they've really improved this, apparently. Monk, warlock, spells, some key changes to spells, ranger, wizard, moon druid, wild shape, barbarian, rogue, etc. Give me another thing that I want to look at. Is there something that is catching your eye? I'm a little intrigued by the changes to spells. I want to see what they've done here. Let's see. Okay, let's see if they've done anything interesting. 4 key changes to spells in the 2024 Player's Handbook. Magic is one of the main elements that make Dungeons and Dragons so cool. Wait, why? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, it's a Katy Perry concert reference?
Yeah, the left shark thing.
Ah,
The
okay.
left, like, background dancer shark was apparently fucking going hard.
That's so funny. There was a concert where shark mascots were background dancers. The left one became... Oh, the left shark. Oh, I know that meme. Okay. Oh, Raz
Apparently
wants
not.
to see species. Okay. Oh, I know it now that you mention it. Okay, let's do species. I'm going to look at magic, and then we'll do species. There was a concert where... No. Grab a set of castanets in one hand, hand out slaps with a free hand, and flamenco your way to victory. I think a flamenco bard would be incredible. Okay, magic is one of the main elements that make Dungeons & Dragons so cool. Whether you're pulling the weave, strumming along to the words of creation, or drawing forth the divine power of your chosen deity or patron, using spells can give you the ultimate power fantasy, the ability to literally reshape the world around you. That's why the 2024 Player's Handbook is bringing you over 100 pages of spells. What? 100 pages! You'll find boosts to classic favorites, popular spells from sourcebooks being ported to the core rules, and some brand new spells. In this article, we'll discuss some of the overarching changes you see, and even show you some of the new spells. Okay. Many favorite spells have been boosted. I mean, oh my god, dude. What, like, this looks so sick. Oh. Man, that looks cool. Such a classic D&D vibe to that. One of the first things that long-term D&D players will notice when perusing the almost 400 spells in the 24 Players Handbook is that many of your favorite spells have been buffed up. Your healing spells will keep you and your allies on your feet longer to reflect the cost of your action or bonus action and your spell slot in order to use them. Wow, good choice. For example, Cure Wounds now heals a base of 2d8, your spellcasting modifier. Wow. And Healing Words similarly has a base of 2d4 plus your modifier as a level 1 spell. Sick!
What?
That's so cool! And it's not just dice increases. Many spells receive a new element of functionality. Prayer of Healing, which takes 10 minutes to cast, now grants the benefits of a short rest to up to 5 creatures in addition to restoring 2d8 totals. Whoa! That's cool! I love that! Wow. Okay, damage-dealing spells have seen several boosts too. Cloud of Daggers used to have some diminishing returns on later rounds. Yes, true. If enemies started to avoid your cube of swirling stabs. I have used this before. I have noticed this. But that's a thing of the past. Really? Because now you can use a magic action on your later turns to move the cloud up to 30 feet. Why could you not do this already, wizards? Why? It's so easy to just have a cloud that you can move. All other clouds you can move. Why not this one?
Not all of them.
Not all of them. I know. I'm exaggerating. Fog cloud you can't do either. But at least, like, this is cool. This is a good choice. This is a good choice, I think. Similarly, Chromatic Orb has been updated with the potential to strike an additional enemy. Oh, wait, it bounces to people? That's so sick. Really embracing the dodgeball vibe, or chucking a magically infused sphere at your enemies. That's sick. A number of spells that saw little use from the 2014 Player's Handbook version also saw some tweaks to make them more functional and enticing for you to add to your repertoire. True Strike as a bonus action? True Strike as a bonus action? Anyone? True Strike as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Maybe? Blade Ward, for example, was a fairly underused cantrip because it costs an action, only lasted a turn, and only granted resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Now, while it still takes a magic action, this cantrip lasts for a full minute with concentration, and forces all enemies attacking you to subtract 1d4 from their attack roll for the duration. Oh! Whoa, that's very different. Okay. That's like a single, it's a single target bane. Wow. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, when I think that does kind of, it definitely changes the identity of Blade Ward and makes me think about it very differently. I'm not sure if it's bad, of course we haven't tested it yet, but that's an interesting one. I guess it makes sense because they're like blades around you, I guess. I don't know. Very interesting. These are just a few of the changes to some known spells. Be sure to look for your favorite spell. True Strike. Just make True Strike a good spell. Just make it a good spell, alright? I'm begging you. Oh my god. Mother. Sorry. Mother. Sorry.
Oh.
It's easier to find and use your favorite spells. Speaking of looking up your favorite spells, the Player's Handbook makes the process of finding, preparing, and using your spells player easier. Now you no longer need to flip to the back of the book to see what spells are available. Each class has its designated spells listed in the class description for the class itself in the character classes chapter. So if you're building a cleric, the list of cleric spells is right there in the same section as your class features. Now, we have things online. We can just control F our way through things. But that is something that we have to consider, that we don't have to consider, that many other people do because they use physical books and things. I think that is great. I think that's really cool.
That is one.
Yeah.
I have to assume that they have playtested it, and that's the result they got from most people. Personally,
Yeah.
I think I would prefer to still have like an alphabetic.
I
list.
think it's okay to have both. So, well, if I wasn't selling them, if I were just giving them away for free, which I would if I were in charge of this, but if I was doing this, I would have the rule book and then have all the spells, and then I would have a separate book called the D&D spell book, and then it would just be a book of spells, and then you could look at those if you wanted to. Better, but it eats your concentration. That is true, Raz. I was gonna say as well. Eating a concentration slot is quite rough.
I would have it available, like, online for free on like D&D Beyond, but then have the option if people want a physical book, they can buy one.
Yeah. I would never. Yeah. I mean, this is just if I didn't have to worry about paying rent or buying my own food, I would give everything away for free. But what are you gonna do?
Alas, life.
Nice picture, but now we need to spin the roulette wheel of AI or not. As far as I know, none of this is AI. I have done some reading about this, and there've been, trust me, there are always going to be lots of people who investigate this sorts of art for like AI evidence and things like that. As far as I know, they haven't been, for this iteration of the Player's Handbook, they haven't been caught up on AI art. I think the class spell list is going to be put with the class, and then the full spell list will still be in the back because there's a lot of stuff to put in the class section. That's how I do it, at least. Yeah, that would work, yeah. Okay, one of the big missions in revisiting spells was to really listen to and address questions and confusions players have had around various spells in the decades since the 2014 Player's Handbook was first published. We tightened up the wording in some spell descriptions to make them clearer and more succinct without changing the actual mechanics of the spells. We provided more artwork of the spells in use to give you more inspiration for imagining how the spell looks when you cast it. The ritual tag has now been moved to the casting time to make it easier to find since it impacts the casting time of a spell. Nice, good quality of life changes. As an example of changes to spells, the Conjuring family of spells such as Conjure Fey and Conjure Celestial have been updated to officially reflect popular modifications that were playtested in Unearthed Arcana. The new versions of the spells now give you all the information you need when casting them in the spell descriptions themselves, like what damage they can deal or what the save DC is for their abilities. This saves you from cracking open the monster manual to track your conjured creatures' information and makes them operate more similar to the Spirit Guardians or Spiritual Weapons spells. I'm okay with that. I think it was cool to be able to conjure something that was like just anything in the monster manual that had the Fey tag, but I like that there is a restriction on it now. I don't know exactly how it's restricted. Maybe they will just do it that like you can search the monster manual, but here's a sample if you don't want to search. So maybe that could work as well. Also, Conjure Animals definitely needs that because, my god, that was definitely a search through the monster manual for sure. So yeah, I'm curious about that. Also, Raz, you are correct. Like, they have been pulled up on using AI art in the past. So yeah, this is something that we've got to think about, which is just super unfortunate. Oh well. New spells for the core rules. The 24 players handbook can use blah, 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 blah. Some like the Starry Wisp cantrip. Ooh. Were included in the Unearthed Arcana playtest, but some weren't and will be making their debuts in the 2024 spell list. Some of the brand new spells include ties to the known spellcasters within the D&D multiverse. Our old pal Tasha has a brand new spell, Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron, which creates a magical cauldron for 10 minutes that you and your allies can reach into and grab vials of common or uncommon potions of your choice. Cool! So cool! Jalarzi, a celestial patron warlock with the distinction of being a non-wizard member of the Circle of Eight, has a powerful namesake spell, Jalarzi's Storm of Radiance. This spell creates a raging 40-foot cylinder storm that deals radiant and thunder damage. That sounds metal as hell. It also gives creatures within it the blinded and deafened condition and makes them unable to cast spells with a verbal component. Cool. Very cool. Popular spells from the expanded sourcebooks have now also become part of the core spell list. Some, like Toll the Dead, introduced in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, have gotten so ubiquitous that many don't realize they weren't initially part of the 2014 Player's Handbook. Yes, I feel that way with a number of spells. Alright, Emanation Area of Effect. Emanation is a new area of effect, joining known types like cone, line, or sphere. An emanation spell extends in a straight line in all directions from a creature or object and moves with them if the spell duration is longer than instantaneous. Emanation differs from a sphere in that the point of origin is not considered part of the area of effect. Known spells such as Thunderclap and Spirit Guardians are now classified as emanation for their areas of effect. Cool distinction.
So it's centered on the caster but doesn't affect the caster.
Yeah. I like that. Like, emanation is... Yeah. No, this is good. Good distinction there. I like that. All right, so that's 400 spells. Cool. That's how spells work. Awesome. I mean, honestly, I'm a fan. I think I'm interested. I'm interested in the way that the new spells will work, and of course, really the only way that we will kind of see how it works is once it gets tested and once like games come out and all the YouTubers come out about how the D&D games are going with the 2024 Player's Handbook. And I'm very interested to see how the actual playtesting goes. But just seeing it on paper and reading about it, I don't find any problems with these. I think these seem good, yeah. Also, yeah, you're right. Toll the Dead is an S tier cantrip, 100%. Okay. Now let's look at species. The 10 species in the 2024 Player's Handbook. Let's go... Let's go here. The 2024 Player's Handbook has changed the way character creation works. As part of this new journey, each of the 10 playable species featured in the 2024 core rules has been revisited and revamped. Some of these species were part of the 2014 core rules, and others have been added to the list. We'll take a look at what's new for each and what some of the overall changes are. Okay, here we go. Updated species in the 2024. So, Aasimar, now included as a species in the core rules, and based on the Aasimar from Mordenkainen Monsters of the Multiverse. Celestial Revelation. You can select the option each time you transform. All Celestial Revelation forms deal extra damage once per turn on an attack. Oh, cool. Okay. Inner Radiance. Previously, Radiant Consumption still deals radiant damage equal to proficiency bonus with a 10-foot radius, but the extra radiant damage on one attack per turn has been moved to the broader Celestial Revelation feature. Okay, so usually with Aasimar, you could like transform with your wings like once per long rest. And what they've done is, yeah, you have Inner Radiance, which deals radiant damage equal to a proficiency bonus within a 10-foot radius, but one attack per turn for extra radiant damage, now it's part of Celestial Revelation, which I think is okay. It's a bit of a nerf, but that's okay because having a whole species doing like extra damage once per turn is very strong. So I get that. Imagine if Fireball is an emanation spell, so you center it on a friend and they're fine, but everything around them burns. Oh, sick!
That sounds so cool.
That'd be very cool. Yeah. Maybe a wizard specialization that can turn a spell into an emanation. Incredible. Such a good idea. That'd be so cool. Okay, Dragonborn. Breath weapon now functions similarly to what is in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. I do not know how that works. It can be used as part of an attack action, has uses equal to your proficiency bonus, and damage scales from 1d10 up to 4d10. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's better.
It's actually useful.
Oh my god, it's usable. Dragon's Breath is usable, everyone. Oh.
Usable beyond like low level.
Praise be to the old gods and the new. Oh, and used as part of an attack action, and it's not like its own thing. Incredible. Because now you can do all sorts of cool flavor with it. Imagine swinging your sword, breathing fire onto the sword, and then swinging it in a line out in front of you. That's your Dragon's Breath feature. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
So cool. Alrighty, you now choose the shape of your breath weapon each time. Yo! It's more than just usable. It's good. This is really good. That's a great change. Wow. Choosing it every time is so sick. I can't tell you. When I was looking at Dragonborn many years ago when I was considering playing one, and when I looked at the different types of breath weapons, I was considering whether I needed it to be in a cone or a line, because lines are better for longer range and cones are better for melee. And if I wasn't playing a melee caster, I wasn't going to pick the cone. And that locks you out of a lot of Dragonborn options. I love this. So cool. Broaden it. Broaden it more. Make it better.
Yeah.
So good. Draconic Flight. At level 5, your Dragonborn can sprout spectral wings that appear similar to your breath weapon. Fucking... Oh! This used to be a feat.
That's so cool.
This used to be a whole feat, and now you can just do it. You gain a fly speed for up to 10 minutes. This features once per long rest. I don't care that it's once per long rest. It's better than nothing. Oh! Oh! I'm loving all of this. That's so good. Okay, here we go. Let's look at Dwarf. Dwarves have been streamlined. They now all receive Dwarven Toughness. Ooh, nice. Dark Vision to a range of 120 feet. Ooh, usually only the Dwergar had that. And an updated Stone Cunning. Oh, okay. I wonder what that's been updated to. Your speed is now 30 feet. Yo! Wait! Wait! They're not little totterers anymore? Aw. I'm actually a little sad about that.
Well, you know the interesting thing about that?
Yeah.
In the player's handbook,
Yeah.
it says, like, the average maximum height for a dwarf is, like, 5 foot.
Whoa.
But it also says the minimum height for a human is, like, 4'7".
Yeah.
So...
Wait, you can have...
Wait.
You can have a dwarf that's
Wait.
taller than a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually had when me and my ex were running a game, we
funny.
had like a traveling carnival where one of the carnival like show attractions would have been a very tall dwarf and a very short human having like a humoristic like show that they were gonna put on and then gather tips afterwards.
That's so funny. That's great. Wings similar to your
And
breath
also-
weapon. Cool if you have fire or lightning breath. Less so if you breathe poison gas. Oh, true.
No, but it would still. I think it would still look cool with
No, it
like
would-
this like barely held together gassy wings like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
That is
just-
gonna
just-
look cool.
Just don't breathe in around them. Yeah, what were you saying earlier, Sylph?
Also in VOW RP, in one guild, my elf was shorter than one of the dwarves
That's so good.
in that guild.
I'm just imagining like a dragonborn now that breathes lightning with the wings like the angels from Diablo.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. That's very cool. That sounds awesome.
Because I love those kind of wings.
Tyrael's wings, like the giant,
Yeah.
like they
Just
sort of
like-
spread out on the ground like ribbons. Very cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
just like streams of light, but instead for the dragonborn, it's like just ropes of lightning.
Oof.
Cool.
All right. Stone Cunning has been replaced. You now gain Tremor Sense for 10 minutes on stone surfaces as a bonus action. Oh!
That's cool.
Dude, that's strong. That's very good. I mean, it's very situational because you got to be on a stone surface, but still, that's cool as hell. Oh, okay.
Hey,
I
let
love
me-
this. I love this a lot.
Most dungeons probably got a stone floor.
Yeah, no, true.
True. Most castles probably got a stone floor.
Yeah. Okay, elf.
Does that mean like like say nobles might be more inclined to hire dwarves as like security guards for like the vaults because they can just tremor sense people
Cool.
inside, like if there's anyone
Yeah,
inside the vault.
This is what I love. This is the kind of like world building, running with ideas that I think that they were hoping would happen from this kind of change. I think this is great.
Yes,
Very
yes,
cool
yes.
for
Just
DMs as well.
imagine like two dwarves stood outside the vault door and then
Yeah,
just
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at
yeah.
each other like, did you
Like,
feel that?
Did
Like-
you feel that? There's someone
You
breaking
feel
in.
Those cheeky bastards.
All right, you can choose for elf. You can choose insight, perception, or survival from the keen senses trait. Very nice. Drow no longer suffers from sunlight sensitivity. I like this because it broadens the idea of Drow that they don't have to have lived underground.
Yeah.
But I get why they have it. Like, I know that it's a genetic thing that most Drow live in the Underdark, so they would have a sunlight sensitivity. But it's also quite a disadvantage to have. So I
mean,
get why they've taken it
Even
away.
then, it's kind of like it's not like they live in eternal darkness though. Like,
yeah, that's true.
either.
That's true. Yeah.
So their eyes wouldn't necessarily just be sensitive to light just because they live
Yeah.
underground.
Yeah.
It's like why don't like say dwarves? Why didn't they have sunlight sensitivity since they
mean-
traditionally
Yeah,
live
they're-
underground?
I think I think Dwargar did have sunlight sensitivity, but now well maybe they don't because
I
they
mean,
haven't. Actually
dwarves in
mentioned it yet.
general traditionally live underground. But
That's true.
like,
That's true, yeah. Alright, High Elf starts with a prestidigitation cantrip, but can replace it with a different cantrip whenever you complete a long rest. No ways. Species replacing cantrips? Okay, actually insane. Actually so cool. That is so cool. I love that. Give me more versatility, please. God, that's awesome. All the Drizzt
don't,
stands complain enough. Yeah.
don't now oh god, I think I remember reading something where all players now start with like level 1 feat.
Yes.
Like, by
yes, I think
default?
so. I think you all start
Like
with a
as
feat.
part of character creation
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
pick
yeah.
a feat.
Yeah. Let me actually confirm that. How to create a character using the 2024 Player's Handbook. Let me look at feats.
Yeah, let me see them feet.
Features. Yes, it provides an origin feat. A boon dictated by the
Yes.
skills you've had before you eventually go. Oh, so good. So good. An origin feat. No more variant human behavior. Very good. Wood Elf. Mask of the Wild has been replaced with knowledge of the Druidcraft cantrip. Oh, okay. Alright. I don't hate that. I think that's alright. Each elf variant has an associated pair of spells gained at level 3 and level 5. Each spell is always prepared and can be cast once without a spell slot or again using your character's available spell slots. This is cool. I think it was slightly different for the other one, for the 2014 handbook, but I'm not sure. Still, this is awesome. I like this. I like this a lot. More versatility, please. Gnome! Your speed is now 30 feet. They're taking away all the pitter-patter of the short races! Gah! It's the... I guess it's fine. I don't hate it. I just think it's cute. I think that's why they're changing it, because they don't want halflings, gnomes, and dwarves to be relegated to like, oh, he's so cute, look at his little feet. Oh. Alright, Forest Gnome. Speak with small beasts has been replaced with a speak with animals spell. Oh, just speak with animals. Sick. The spell is always prepared. You can cast it without a spell slot a number of times equal to proficiency bonus. Gnomes can do that? Cool. You can also cast it with spell slots available for character class. Yes, nice. Rock Gnome. You gain the Mending and Prestidigitation cantrips. The Tinker trait has also been reworked. Its effects are based on Prestidigitation. You can still have up to 3 devices at a time. Oh, cool. Very cool. Haven't played a lot of gnomes, but very cool. Alright, Goliath. Now included as a species in the core rules. Oh, baby. Look at that. Duddles is gonna love that. Yeah, no, you're right, Alfred, and I know it, like, to have a party member with 25 feet of movement, like, then the rest of the party also moves at 25 feet, and it just kind of slows everyone down, and you have to feel like you have to catch up all the time. But I feel like that's kind of part of it. If your physicality, like, if your literal biology is like that, then maybe. But at the same time, just because dwarves are shorter doesn't mean they run slower, because they're also muscular as hell. So it's highly possible that they could just
natural
run 30 feet
sprinters.
anyway.
Might say.
Dwarves are
Very
natural
dangerous over
sprinters!
Very dangerous over short distances.
Your speed is now 35 feet. Oh, Goliath's is faster. Very cool. Giant ancestry. You can now choose the type of giant you descended from. Selecting from Cloud Giant, Fire Giant, Frost Giant, Hill Giant, Stone Giant, or Storm Giant. Each gives you a specific benefit you can use a number of times. Wait, I feel like this was always there. I'm not sure. Hang on. D&D 5e Goliath. Yeah, why do they say you can now do it? Why are you trying to sell something to me that's already there, game? What's happening? I'm gonna go check.
Giant ancestry was there, but you didn't get to pick.
Little Giant,
Yeah, no.
Mountain Born, Stone's
No.
Endurance. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So you actually... Okay, that's not there. All right. I take it back. Large form. At level 5, you can use a bonus action to become large for 10 minutes. Oh, this is what was missing. This is what was missing from giant folk. Gaining advantage on strength checks, increasing your speed by 10 feet. Powerful build, formerly Little Giant. No longer grants proficiency in athletics, but you have advantage on saving throws made to end the grapple condition, in addition to increasing carrying capacity. Wait a minute. A system that almost no one uses in a regular D&D campaign? Interesting. Okay. Maybe they're trying to encourage people to use carrying capacity. That's fine. I know most people I know in their games, they do not have carrying capacity. Like, they do not care. I have carrying capacity in my Star Wars game. I use a slot thing instead of weight, but I have... Now, because of the fact that in the character sheets you can't actually, like, move things around now, something broke about it, we've kind of basically unofficially given up on that. Now that I've said it out loud, it's officially given up, pretty much. But you just have to be realistic about, like, where you put stuff. Okay, Halflings. Halflings have been streamlined. All 2024 Halflings receive the Brave, Halfling Nimbleness, Luck, and Naturally Stealthy traits. Oh, there are no subspecies for Halflings. That's very interesting. Okay, and your speed is now 30 feet. Okay. Human. The 2024 human has a new set of traits that are more closely aligned with the 2014 variant human traits. Resourceful. You gain heroic inspiration whenever you finish a long rest. Or skillful, you get proficiency, and versatile, you get an origin feat of your choice in addition. Humans get 2 feats. Oh, shit. Okay, so this is what I like, right? I know that it's super creative to try and have interesting looking species and stuff. Sometimes it's okay to play a human, and many humans are like gym boring, all right? There's a lot of stigma around playing humans. A lot of people will tell you that it's like the boring option, and I'm like, no, it can be very interesting because humans are very diverse themselves, and there's a lot to say about humans. And now they give you 2 feats, which is really nice. I like that a lot. Okay, Orc. Now, wait, not even half Orc. Whoa! Whoa, it's not
Orc. Nice.
Whoa, full Orcs. They're not bad guys anymore. Yo! Oh my god! Guys, fantasy racism is cured, by the way. That's great. That's great. Full Orcs as a playable species. Now included as a species in the core rules and based on the Orc found in Monster Multiverse. Adrenaline Rush. Use of this feature can be granted off short or long rest. Orc Dark Vision has been expanded to a range of 120 feet. That's big. I didn't know Orcs could see that far in the dark. And Orcs no longer have the powerful build feature. Okay. Interesting. Tieflings. 2024 Tieflings choose from one of 3 lower planes for their fiendish legacy. Abyssal, Chthonic, or Infernal. Okay. Good. Good change to Tieflings. Because I think that choosing Mephistopheles, Zariel, or whoever the other guy was. What's his name again? God, what's that dude's name? Asmodeus. Is a little bit restrictive.
The king of hell.
A little bit wild. So I think making it more general is good. Each tiefling variant has an associated damage resistance. Oh, they can be different colors. And a pair of spells gained at level 3 and level 5. Each spell is always prepared and can be cast once without a spell slot. Officially multicolored tieflings. Incredible.
Yay.
So no half races anymore. That's very
that's a little bit
interesting.
sad.
I'm a little bit sad about that as well. I'm not going to lie. Although, I don't...
Maybe it's a background option.
Yeah, maybe there's a background option to be like a half this and a half that. I don't know. Goliath stole Dwergar's racial ability. Yeah, they did. The amount of times all I did in combat was walking up to an enemy just for someone else to kill it was great. Feats so powerful, there was a reason why in 3.5 human was objectively the best race to choose no matter what class you were playing. Yeah, because of a feat. I lament the loss of half-elves. No, that is very sad. I wonder if they're going to include it somewhere else. For now, Alferg, I think this is the part that you were interested in. New species in the core rules. You want to see what else they've got in core rules? A big change is the addition of some new but familiar faces. 3 species that had previously been featured in other sourcebooks are now included. Oh, whoops, never mind. They're already here. Okay, cool. Never mind, this was it. That's all the new ones. It's good. No more new ones.
Yeah, literally.
Damn! Wait, no Aarakocra? Yo, that's actually so big. That's a huge loss. Wow.
No one played him anyway.
What do you mean? I loved Aarakocra. I think,
Just because you love them doesn't mean anyone fucking played them.
I had many friends who played Aarakocra, and I played one myself as well. I think they can be fun, but I also think that there are expansions coming later as well, so they might include them there.
Definitely will be.
Yeah. No Tabaxi, no Kenku, no aquatic-themed people. Yeah, it's a bit of a miss, but also bear something in mind. They can't... If they have too many, the book gets too big. So I think it's okay to stick to classic fantasy, and if you want to add stuff, I think what they've done, which is really cool, is because the 2024 Player's Handbook seems way more streamlined, which means it's way easier to homebrew things and to make stuff on your own. So if you want to bring an Aarakocra in, you can. Revised species traits, a boost to effectiveness. Elves and species get spells. Each species was shaped with an eye towards the fantasy. Ability score adjustments no longer tied to species. Good. No more eugenics. We love it. Awesome. You can play any species with any character class without feeling like you're intentionally putting yourself at an ability score detriment by doing so. Good. Okay, your ability score adjustments are now tied to your background, similar to your proficiency in certain skills. This makes backgrounds more important to character creation as the part of your character's history where they honed their skills and abilities. Good! You are not your biology. So cool. Love that. The way ability score adjustments work for 2024 backgrounds is that each background has 3 ability scores tied to it. You can choose to add +2 to one of those ability scores and 1 to another, or add 1 to all 3. Cool. I like that a lot. So you can spread out quite prominently. That's very good. The farmer background, that's cute. They have farmers. Okay, new art to showcase species. Ah, oh, cool. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So that's awesome. Yeah, Wizard said no to the furries. Sorry.
Alas.
All right, everyone. We got one more thing. I got one more thing left in me before we end for today. What are we gonna do? I know we're keeping things short, but this takes a lot of my energy and I want to relax. So, what are we doing for today? What's one more thing? We got barbarian, rogue, moon druid, wizard, ranger, warlock, monk, elements monk, cleric, sorcerer, wild magic, backgrounds, crafting rules, World Tree Barbarian. Go, go, go. Give me your things.
Oh.
I mean, no stress. You don't have to. If you can't think of anything, that's
Rogue.
fine. I'm just giving time for chat to
Warlock.
catch up as well. Rogue, Warlock. Okay, I'm hearing Rogue. I'm hearing Warlock. Do we have anything else?
Oh,
Going
Circle of
once.
the Moon and the Wild Shape stuff as well.
Circle of the Moon Wild Shape. Okay,
Nice, nice.
Rogue, Warlock, Circle of the Moon Druid. I know there's some good changes for this one. Warlock would be cool. We got a double Warlock.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Druid and then Warlock, and then we'll be done. Okay. Oh, Alfric said Rogue. Okay, we'll see. I'm gonna flip a coin between Warg and Rolock. Yes. Right. The 2024 Circle of the Moon Druid and changes to Wild Shape. Wild Shape is undeniably the feather in the cap of the Druid class in Dungeons & Dragons. I agree. And that remains true in the 2024 Player's Handbook. Changes to the 2024 Wild Shape rules now allow you to use it with greater ease and more often. Thank you. I want to be able to recreate the scene in the Dungeons & Dragons movie, because in default rules, you're not supposed to be able to do that. But I like that she could, and I really enjoyed it. Being able to transform into a... Yes?
That's my major gripe with Wild Shape, is it feels too restrictive.
Yes. The fact that you can only do like twice is a bit wild, considering it's your main
And
feature.
the fact that it has a time limit on it as well.
Oh, the time limit is crazy as well, yeah. The Baldur's Gate 3 version of Wild Shape, where you can just do it for as long as you want, is awesome.
Like, let me just turn into a cat and just be
Just
a
live
cat
as a
all
cat.
day. Like,
Just live as a cat, yeah. 100%. So cool.
like, why the fuck not?
Alright, being able to transform into a litany of beasts is one of the main appeals of the Druid for many players. I agree. Plus, Druid subclasses often use your Wild Shape as an expendable resource to power their features. If you're a fan of playing Druids or are going to have Druids at your table as a Dungeon Master, we're here to introduce you to the Wild Shape updates found in the 2024 Player's Handbook. Here we go. Changes to Wild Shape. Hello. Oh, that looks like a Polaroid camera took that picture. Very cool. Wild Shape functions largely the same in the 2024 Player's Handbook as it did in the 2014 version, with a few changes made to streamline and clarify usage and make it easier for 2024 Druids to access this feature. We'll start with a broad overview of both versions for the base Druid class. Oh, this is good. I love having this shit. This is so sick. I'm so glad that we can do it like this. Okay, before we do, I'm gonna do a thing quickly. I would like to minimize and be able to, like, can I make this like, oh, hold on a second. Okay, we back. Yeah, if I do this, I think this would be much better for, this would be much better for, like, camera and things like that. This is good, this is good, this is good. Okay, let me put myself here in the center. Alright, I love stuff like this. This is really, really good. Okay, so here we go. Wild Shape, if an aspect isn't listed, there's no significant change. For example, in both the 2014 and 2024 Wild Shape rules, as a Druid, you gain access to Wild Shape at level 2, and you can stay in your beast form for a number of hours equal to half your Druid level. Okay. I don't like this. I don't like the duration. I think they should just have it a thing. I know that they need some way to balance it because it can get quite powerful, but I'm okay with other nerfs if it means we can just be the other animal. Like, I'm okay with... Yeah. Half the Druid level is also, like... Like, it's okay, I guess. Yeah. I want longer transformations. Still...
Yes, please.
I think one of the main things they changed was making it so that you can talk in your Wild Shape form. I don't know if they've scrapped that, but in 1D&D in the playtest, we read that you could actually do that. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Honestly, I don't think it would be like that more powerful if there was just no time limit on it. Like,
Yeah, I don't think that it would be. Yeah, exactly. Because remember, a lot of the beasts that you can
If there was
be...
still like nothing else changed except like
Yeah.
you just there was no time limit, I don't think it would change any like that much of how it's used.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think it would be that bad. Yeah, by the way, per Raz's request, here is a link. All the articles for the changes made in the upcoming 2024 Players Handbook.
Okay, the main thing it would change is you probably wouldn't spend as many wild shape charges transforming in a day if you want, if you want to stay.
Yeah.
So then you'd have more to use on other things, but still, that's.
I don't. Yeah, I'm okay with testing it with unlimited stuff. Okay, yeah. It's been posted, by the way, so if you're in the Discord and you want to go check that out on your own time, you can. All right, here we go. What's new in the 2024 Wild Shape? Yes, Ash.
I was gonna say maybe make a druid subclass which focuses on
maybe Moon Druid
staying in longer, but
maybe Moon Druid
so
does
they
that.
have less. They have less other uses for wild shape, but it buffs their animal forms more, kind of thing.
Okay. We'll have to see what they do for Moon Druid. Yeah.
Stay in it for unlimited time.
Okay. This, I'm about to find whoever came up with this rule and give them a kiss on the lips. This is
only a kiss.
This will literally... Well, I didn't say which lips. This will literally turn... This will literally turn druids... The fact that most wild shapes, for every class except Moon Druid, when wild shape is such a key part of what makes druids cool... I know they have nature magic and stuff like that, but wild shape is it's only available with druids. And the fact that only one subclass of druids can use it as a bonus action means that every other subclass is actively disincentivized to use wild shape, something that is core to a druid. And I love that it's a bonus action for everyone. I don't care that it feels like a nerf to Moon Druid. I'm sure they'll buff it in other ways. But man, this is good. This is so good. I love it. I love it. This turns me off so much to playing any other druid than Moon. Honestly. So I'm glad that this is gone. Alright, so now it's a bonus action. Number of uses. 2 uses. Unlimited uses at level 20. Okay, so level 20 druids can live as a house cat. At least there's that. Then in 2024, 2 uses starting at level 2, 3 starting at level 6, 4 uses starting at level 70. Okay, so they give you more uses. Oh, this is Baldur's Gate. They've borrowed from Baldur's Gate 3. Wow. Okay. Also, so you can never do it unlimited times? Little bit strange, especially at a level that no one will ever get to. You might as well just give it to them, but that's okay. I like that we do get extra uses, especially from level 6, which is a very popular level that people get to. So that's nice. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts about it. Replenishing uses. Usually, it's whenever a short or long rest, but on a short rest and a long rest is still there, but it's 1 use on a short rest and all uses on a long rest. And at level 5, you can spend a spell slot to get a new wild shape, which I think is really, really good. And you can expend a wild shape to restore a level 1 spell slot, which is also good. And at level 20, when you roll initiative and have no uses, regain 1 use. At level 20, what's the point? That's fine. All right, hit points. Okay, this is also a really, really interesting change that I think is good. I think it's good. And you may not agree at first until I tell you the other things. When you transform, you assume the hit points and hit dice of the beast. That was old rules. New rules says, when you transform, you gain temporary hit points equal to your druid level. Firstly, cool. Secondly, it takes away the fact that druids are probably the easiest tank to play in any D&D thing ever. And I'm okay with that because it lets other classes kind of pick up the slack and lets them try to be more viable as a tank option. Because Moon Druids will just be incredibly busted because they'll just turn into something like giant gorilla, extra 100 hit points, good luck with 2 health bars.
I think Moon Druid transforming, Moon Druid bear totem barbarian.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you transform into a bear, and then you rage.
Yeah.
I think you rage, then transform into a bear.
Yeah.
No, you transform then rage because you can't cast spells
Oh no,
when you're
it's
raging.
transform first and then you rage.
But yeah,
Or-
then you're
yeah.
resistant to like all damage, and you have like all
Yeah,
the
you have
fucking health.
extra health as well. It's broken. It's absolutely busted. So I like this. Thirdly, consider this. You are thinking, if you are against this kind of rule, you are thinking of the big creatures and how much fun it is when you turn into a big creature and you have like lots of health. But think of the small creatures. There are lots of them. And think of how when you, a druid who wants to infiltrate a castle and becomes a tiny little mouse, that someone's going to look at you funny and kill you by stepping on your tail. Like, it's not, and then you poof out of wild shape. It's so much cooler to have more hit points as a small creature, than to have an extra hit bar. I love this change. I think this is going to be great. Okay, here we go. Beast form limitations.
I also find it like the idea funny. Like you turn into a spider, someone tries to squash it, and you just tank the damage. Like what?
Yeah. And they lift up your foot, and you just kind of crawl away. They're like, what? It's great. I love that. Okay, beast form limitations. Level 2, challenge rating quarter, no swim or fly speed. Level 2, challenge rating quarter, no fly speed. Ooh, you can do swim from the beginning. That's cool. Okay, nice. 4 known forms. Oh, yeah. You get to change. So basically, you get something, instead of just being able to speak to change into anything, you get known forms. And every long rest, you can replace a known form with another one. It's a reframing, and it's kind of a nerf. Like, I get why, because they're making it easier for every druid to use it. And I think what they're trying to do with this is giving every druid a set identity. Like, I'm a druid and I like to turn into house animals. Or I'm a druid and I like to turn into jungle animals. And I like this. I like that it gives you that kind of identity within the druid class. It also makes sense for if you want to be a druid circle of the land, depending on the terrain that you choose. I think it would be cool to choose known forms from that terrain and from that biome. That would be really interesting. So yeah, I think this is okay. I don't see that this is such a big problem, especially because every day you can just pick another form anyway. So that's pretty cool. Do you know that default rules, it must have been a creature that you saw before? Like you have to interact with the beast. I remember when I first wanted to create a druid that you had to like go to the forest, find an animal and like bond with it, and then you could turn into it. I think that's actually really cool. But I understand that's very limiting, especially for an established adventurer or a druid that wants to be more established. So yeah,
I mean, maybe
this is good.
You know, you could have a homebrew rule where you might have to do that for certain special creatures.
Yeah, definitely. Could
Like
do.
maybe, you know, an owlbear.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yeah, CR1, 8 known forms. Okay, so the challenge rating stays the same. It's just you can have swimming creatures from the beginning, which is nice. And this is awesome. Yeah, your ability to speak is limited to the capabilities of beast form, but here you can speak in beast form, which is good. This is good. I like this. Okay, here we go. Damage in wild shape. No adjustments to damage for wild shape forms for the base druid class. You become the character sheet. You can select, for the 2024 handbook, you can select the option of Primal Strike at level 7, granting an additional 1d8 of some of this elemental damage when you hit a creature using a weapon or beast form attack. And the damage type is chosen on hit, so you can just switch it out as you go, which is awesome. I like that a lot. And the damage scales, which is also nice. So I think, and this is additional on top of the character sheet, so I think this is good. It makes you a more powerful version of the animal that you turn into, which is good. Like, it should be that way. I like that a lot. Imagine a mouse, if you will, dealing 1 point of piercing damage by biting someone's neck. But then because you're level 7, dealing 1d8 lightning damage from a mouse bite.
Yeah.
Or from a spider bite.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. So cool. It makes, once again,
Sure,
it makes the small creatures more viable, and I like that.
Moon Druid, like, Assassin Rogue multiclass.
Oh my god. Incredible. Alright, Wild Companion. Optional rule in Tasha's Cauldron Ring allows you to expend wild shape uses to cast Find Familiar. In this one, it is official. You can use a wild shape use or a spell slot to cast Find Familiar. Very cool. I like that. Okay, so now that you've seen a side-by-side, so shifting is a bonus action, major improvements, staying in wild shape. Oh! One of my personal biggest frustrations with playing a druid at higher levels is that during combat, sometimes I'd spend my turn to shift into a beast form, then before my next turn came around, I'd take enough damage to push me back out of it. As a result, I'd lost a turn and expended a pretty finite resource. Although you no longer get a separate pool of hit points by shapeshifting, getting knocked out of beast form is harder as you retain your druid's hit points. Yes, I agree with this. You also gain temporary hit points. The 2024 wild shape rules really come from a place of understanding that shapeshifting into a beast is a major appeal of the druid class. By making it easier to stay in beast form and allowing you to expend spell slots to replenish the usage of wild shape, the 2024 Player's Handbook is really geared towards making you eager and excited to use this ability. And it does. It does make me excited to use more druids. Wild Companion, blah, 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 known shapes. Okay, so let's talk about the Moon Druid. So already wild shapes have been buffed. How is the Moon Druid going to be further buffed to compensate for this? The Circle of the Moon Druid has always been the subclass that doubles down on wild shape. If you're worried, I love that they knew this, that the improvements of the base class take away from the impact of picking this iconic druid subclass, fret not. Let's quickly look at some of the ways the 2024 Player's Handbook beefs up the Circle of the Moon Druid. Admittedly, the new pool of temporary hit points is a pretty piddly amount. It's true, it's a little bit of a buffer, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Circle forms. So the 2024 Circle of the Moon Druid gets a huge boost to your beast forms. At level 3, your first level in the subclass, your AC in beast form becomes 13 plus your wisdom modifier, unless your beast form's AC is higher. That's sick. That's really cool. But you also gain 3 times your druid level in temporary hit points, meaning you'll get 9 temporary hit points at level 3, all the way up to 60 temporary hit points at level 20. Okay, no one will get there, so it's fine. The 2024 Circle of the Moon Druid's maximum CR for the form equals your druid level divided by 3. That's a nice, easy way of remembering it. And I love that it doesn't actually... It's completely different from the table. So, like, if you get to level 6, you can become CR2 monsters. If you get to level 12, you can become CR6 monsters. And there's no upper limit to that, which I think is awesome. This is much better, though. Even at, like, level 6... triple your temporary hit points, like an extra 18. 18 temporary hit points is beefy. Like, that's pretty beefy. Alright, subclasses now start at level 3. So, all subclasses. Usually it was, like, different ones. Like, Cleric got your domain at level 1. So did... who else gets subclass level 1? Wizards get at level 2. Rogues get at level 3. Now, everyone gets their subclasses at level 3. A lot of people don't like this. I am pretty neutral. I think there can be a place for it. I know that most people want to start with their adventuring character already like fleshed out and ready and having a subclass. Personally, I like letting level 1 and 2 be the levels where your character discovers themselves. I really like having it that those first few levels are designed not for the main plot, but for personal stuff, where you meet each other and then you unlock your subclasses. I think it's okay.
Yeah, but then to me, it puts a bit of a restriction on your, like, say, backstory.
That is also very true, which is why I don't necessarily disagree with the people that have a problem with it. I totally understand it. It's totally valid. I just don't think it's a terrible thing, but I totally understand that people think it does. And that's just a fact. Like what Ash said is just a fact, that it does restrict what you can do in your background. Unless you're just starting your campaign at level 3, which a lot of people did anyway. Which is a bit... I think, therefore, maybe this is a net negative change, because having a subclass start at level 1 means that everyone is going to be more incentivized to play at level 1. And I think they should want that, because it's a whole level of your game. Like, with subclasses starting at level 3... I think the result will be that you will incentivize many campaigns to start at level 3, which will once again ignore 2 whole levels, which have so much potential with them. And I think it's a disappointment. However, personally, I'm okay with, like, plots that let characters unlock themselves in the campaign, because I love the idea of having a party of adventurers that come together that haven't quite discovered themselves yet, and then they discover their powers as they adventure together. I think that's really cool. Especially with my brain on Wildermyth, that's what happens there.
See,
the buff...
for me, that works better for some classes than others.
Well, this is why in 2014 they had some classes like cleric starts at the beginning, because obviously your god is level 1. But I don't know. I think it is doable starting at level 3. With a cleric, you could worship a god and have a domain, but maybe your god recognizes your potential and sets you apart from the rest of the devotees of the god, to...
Well, yeah, like,
to
it's
unlock your powers more at level 3.
A lot of, like, spellcasters, it can make sense that it's a later level, because, like a wizard, it's literally about, like, your study and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorcerer and all that. But then it's like take warrior. Like, why can't you start as like a
battle master? Yeah,
battle master.
Yeah,
it's like how do you weave that into the story that you're suddenly now a battle master?
I think then it's on the table to make it part of the story, then that they can learn that in the first 2 levels. Like, just let the first 2 levels be a prologue, maybe even like a prequel for the campaign. Like, again, I'm gonna do Wildermyth brain, but with Wildermyth, the first 2 levels are 10 years apart. Maybe that could be how you do it. Maybe you can use level 1 and 2 to create the background and let the campaign tell that story.
That puts restrictions and expectations on your background, because it's like, why did your character set off before finishing their training to become this thing?
That's a fair point. Maybe they didn't. Maybe there was something that stopped them. Maybe the campaign starts when they are training, and level 1 is, maybe level 3 is the training is finished, and now they're a battle master, and then they get to evolve later on. Because remember, like you said, most other people in the world are gonna be of that area, like level 1, level 2, level 3. So I hear you though. I think there are those restrictions, and I don't ignore them. But I think it's possible. With all the subclasses starting at level 3, it's not a huge loss. You can still work with it. But I know that it feels like a loss to lots of people. The buff to AC helps immensely with the loss of ablative beast form HP. Yes. Yeah. Ablative, sorry. You could pretend you're still the subclass in levels 1 and 2, but it's not revealed until 3. That's a good idea. Yeah. That could work.
At one point when I was doing D&D for the first time, I wanted to do a ranger with an animal companion, but they get the animal companion like way later. So we did a thing where I had the animal companion in existence, like along with me, but I couldn't use any of the animal companion abilities until I got into that level.
Okay, I like the way that. Yeah, I like.
Well,
that.
It's like, say take the new, like, School of Dance Bard.
Yeah.
What, like, in your backstory, you're like an entertainer and dancer, but you can't use your dancing as a bard until you're level 3. So, like, that doesn't come into play until later in the game, kind of thing.
Are you saying that's a bad thing, or is that just you finding?
Yeah, because it's like a disconnect between your character story and your actual class, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I hear you. The way that I think about it is, there's a difference between just a person who prioritizes a certain skill in their life, and then it manifests into something they can actually use to be an incredibly powerful person. But still, like I said, the conclusion I'll put before we move on is, you are right that it does take that away from your backstory. So if the subclass only emerges at level 3, then almost no one can have that special thing arise before level 3, which is before the campaign even starts. So they can't have an awakening of their powers or anything like that.
Before,
like, even
before
sorcerers,
then, they're just like a dancer and a bard, not a bard dancer. Like,
even sorcerers now have their subclass at level 3, which is very interesting. Yeah.
I mean, that is easier to excuse with, like, oh, it's only awakened in your blood, at that point because
Maybe.
of your
Yeah,
experiences.
Magic
Same,
bullshit. It's
same with
easier to
like
explain.
Warlock and like clerics and paladins. It's like, well, your patron has only just granted you that power.
Yeah. Okay. Bringing it back to druids, because we still have a warlock and rogue at the end of this. Circle of the Moon spells, like the 2014 druid, the base class gains the ability to cast spells in beast form at level 18, except when a spell consumes a material component it requires. Okay, this is level 18, that's fine. The 2024 Circle of the Moon druid can start casting spells from your moon spells table as early as level 3. Huh? You don't have to choose between staying in your beast form or casting Cure Wounds on an ally. What?
I love that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Being able to use spells while in like animal form is fucking crucial.
That's incredible. That's literally one of the main reasons why moon druids don't use their wild shape more often, because some of them want more spell access and they can't do that until level 18, which is an unrealistic level to expect you to get to. Oh my god. This is so good. This is phenomenal. Phenomenally good. I love that. From level 3.
I'm be real with you. If I play Moon Druid, I am going all in on being an animal. Like,
oh yeah, 1000%. This is so sick.
Like I am only using spells if I can't be an animal. Like, you know. Like,
yeah. All
because
right,
I will be using my spell slots to get more wild shapes. You know.
Level 6, you can deal an attack's normal damage or radiant damage. Interesting. Oh, 'cause moon. Oh, cool. I like that. Okay, Moonlight Step. You get the element. You don't have the elemental wild shape. It's been replaced by the more moon-flavored Moonlight Step, which allows you to bonus action teleport and gain advantage on next attack roll. I like teleports. I'm fine with this. It's okay.
But
I'm good with that.
Fake, though.
The moon is made of cheese. Especially because it is a Circle of the Moon druid. And I do like that it's a moon. So, you know, you're going to do moon stuff. Also, Lunar Form. The Lunar Form feature replaces the 1000 Forms feature. With Lunar Form, once per turn, you deal an additional 2d10 radiant damage that you hit with a Wild Shape Form's attack. So this means at level 15, you would deal your base damage plus 2d10 plus 2d8 if you pick Primal Strikes. So note to self, don't make a Circle of the Moon druid want to hit me. But also, I mean, you're level 14, so this is a good amount of damage, but it's not busted. This is still fairly normal. But this is pretty cool though. I get yeah, it's all right. I'm not wild about that one. I am incredibly wild about the casting spells in wild shape. That's insanely good.
Yes.
Okay, sick. Very, very good. So lots of yeah, a little bit of hits, a little bit of misses, but mostly I'm very happy about the Moon Druid. I think it's good. Harkening back to my 3.5 days, I don't think I ever saw a druid who didn't take the wild casting feat on level 6, which allowed them to cast spells while wild shape. It's such a no-brainer. You're a spellcaster who can't cast spells if you use your other primary thing. So it's just a little weird. Okay. I've got time for one more thing today. So I'm gonna flip a coin. Hang on, no, I'm gonna get you guys to choose. Raz and Alferg are speaking in chat right now, so Raz, Alferg, choose Warlock or Rogue. Ash, Warlock or Rogue?
Warlock.
Okay, that's one for Warlock. Sylv, Warlock or Rogue?
Lock.
Warlock. Ooh, 2 for Warlock. Okay, let's see what you guys say. Gonna give it some time. And then we'll move to the rest. Rogue. Okay, 1 for Rogue, 2 for Warlock. Raz, it's all on you. Swing the tie, the tie maker. In this case, tie maker, because then I'll break the tie.
True.
Warlock, 3 Warlock. Okay, sorry,
Lock.
Alferg. You can read it later. Let's learn about the Warlock. If there's one thing a Warlock knows, it's how to make a bargain. While Warlocks received some pretty noticeable changes in the 2024 Handbook, the Warlocks must have made sure their patrons were part of the negotiating committee. Warlock's powerful patron magic has been shifted around, allowing you to access certain powers earlier and pack a more pronounced punch when you do. The 2024 Warlock also comes with an impressive and robust amount of customization by treating your Eldritch invocations as an even larger smorgasbord of options than before. More invocations? There were already many. That's very interesting. Okay, below we cover key changes. If there's a feature we don't cover, it means it remains unchanged or saw minor changes. Okay, so Pact Magic does not see many changes. Right, what's new? Here we go. Eldritch Invocations at level 1. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's cool! That's really cool. Can now select one invocation at level 1. The former Pact boons are now invocations. Oh, shit! You are no longer limited to just one as you level up. You gain more invocations and at earlier levels. Cantrip buffing invocations can be chosen for other cantrips than Eldritch Blast. Thank the gods. Thank all deities that may exist or not.
So you can have your charisma modifier added to like fireballs instead.
Yeah. To have a warlock that is not built around Eldritch Blast, taters is gonna lose their shit. That is so cool. So happy about that. Invocations are not fueled by spell slots with one exception. Interesting. Okay. So, level 2, once per long rest, complete a 1-minute ritual to restore half your maximum Pact Magic spell slots. Yo! More spell slot gaining opportunities for the Warlock. Yes, please. Restores all Pact Magic spell slots at level 20. Okay, whatever. Okay, selected level 3. Always prepared spell lists have had tweaks for each subclass. Archfey Patron, several key features have been replaced. Celestial Patron, Magical Cunning can restore the use of Celestial Resistance in addition to short or long rest. I'm not sure about that. Fiend Patron, several Quality of Life updates and changes to features. Or Great Old One, brand new features added, changes to previous features, replacements to others. I'm sure we'll learn about that later, but there've been changes. Cool. Level 9, Contact Patron. Once per long rest, you can use Contact Other Plane spell to communicate with your patron, and automatically succeeds in the saving throw for the spell. That's very cool. That's very cool. Mystic Arcanum. Previous optional rule to change your Mystic Arcanum spells when you gain a Warlock level is now built into the class. Very good. This is Tasha's Cauldron has pretty much been like completely integrated into the new Player's Handbook, which I'm happy with. It was a good book. And then Epic Boon, choose an Epic Boon. So they've done at level 19, you get an Epic Boon. And then level 20, you get your capstone feature. That's how the new 2024 handbook is going to go. And then they've got quite, like, the epic boons are pretty good. Like, I've seen some of them. They are pretty good. Oh my god. A gnome warlock. It looks incredible. Okay. Starting at level 9, you can once per day just casually dial Cthulhu. Yes. Amazing. Alright, so Eldritch Invocations. One of the first noticeable changes.
Can you help me with this pickle jar?
You get access to your first Eldritch Invocation at Warlock level 1 now. Overall, Eldritch Invocations have received a major overhaul with key changes including several quality of life updates. Okay, Pact boons are now Eldritch Invocations. Pact boons such as Pact of the Blade, Tome, or Chain was a separate feature bestowed at level 3. In the 2024 Warlock, the Pact boon feature is gone, and these pacts are now options you can choose as part of your invocations. In the 2014 Warlock, further improvements were accessible via invocations, such as Gift of the Protectors, Investment of the Chainmaster, and Thirsting Blade. So rolling Pact boons entirely into Eldritch Invocations simplifies the structure while preserving the mechanics. I'm good with this. I'm fine with that. That's good. There are two really important and beneficial aspects to the shift. First, you no longer have to choose between them. All 3 of the former Pact boon options can be selected as you level up. Oh, shit!
Nice.
Wait, you can have all of them. That's cool as hell. Most versatile Warlock ever. So you could have a Pact weapon via Pact of the Blade, a familiar via Pact of the Chain, and a Book of Shadows from Pact of the Tome. Oh my god, that's good. That is so good. Versatility! Give me more versatility, please. Second, while some Eldritch Invocations do carry prerequisite levels, such as Agonizing Blast, which requires you to be a level 2+ Warlock, the former Pact boon invocations do not. This means you can select from a familiar, Book of Shadows, or Pact weapon as early as level 1. The 2014 Player's Handbook had these features arrive at level 3, so you're getting them 2 levels earlier for the 2024 Warlock. I like this. This is good. Solid, good change. More Eldritch Invocations. Seeing as you get an invocation at level 1, and the progression has been expedited, 2024 Warlocks will have access to more invocations than their 2014 counterpart, maxing out at 10 when they hit level 18. As with the older version of the Warlock, whenever you gain a Warlock level, you can replace one invocation with another, as long as it isn't a prerequisite for another invocation that you have. Okay, cool. Some Eldritch Invocations can be repeated. Popular Eldritch Invocations for Warlocks like Agonizing Blast and Repelling Blast are still here with a couple of big changes. First, they are no longer limited to Eldritch Blast. Instead, you choose one of your known Warlock cantrips that deals damage, and now you can add your Charisma modifier to that damage roll. So now you can boost damage for Toll the Dead or Thunderclap with Agonizing Blast if that suits your Warlock build better than Eldritch Blast. Thunderclap is a very...
Toll the Dead? Fuck.
Toll the Dead as well, dude. That's crazy. Because that's D12. Thunderclap is something that I was always really interested to use, but it didn't seem that great. With Agonizing Blast, that's splash damage, dealing my Charisma modifier to everyone around me. That's sick. That's really cool. Note, however, that Repelling Blast is restricted to cantrips that deal damage via an attack roll. That makes sense. That makes sense. Although a Thunderclap that blows people backwards sounds pretty freaking cool. Alright, next you can select these invocations multiple times. Oh my god, you can stack it. So if you're trying to build a cantrip powerhouse, you could add Agonizing Blast or Repelling Blast to... Oh, you can add it to multiple cantrips. Okay, cool. No, I'm good.
You can't add it to the same one multiple times.
Okay, I thought you couldn't stack. Okay. But of course, you can still use it for Eldritch Blast because let's face it, if you're a Warlock, you're probably going to want to. No! We want to because Agonizing Blast is restricted to Eldritch Blast. But now that it's not, you're going to see a lot more versatility in the Warlock class, which is a good thing. Very, very good. Spell slots? Who needs them? With the exception of Eldritch Smite, which deals a significant amount of damage and gives an enemy the prone condition, none of the Eldritch invocations carry the using a Warlock spell slot description.
Eldritch what?
Eldritch Smite. It's a new invocation. It's like a die, like a lightning bolt or whatever. Yeah. Yet you still have spell slots for your pack magic, but they largely no longer fuel the invocations you get from your patron. Your Eldritch invocations feel like a wholly separate power branch unique to the Warlock class. Good. Yes, very good. The customization allowed via these changes to invocations makes the 2024 Warlock feel more like someone who has pored over contracts with their patron and selected the powers best suited to them. Yes, I agree with this. This is very good. Magical Cunning. The Warlock's pack magic and spell slot progression works the same way for the 2024 Warlock. You can still recover expended spell slots, but it gives you another way to do it. Once per long rest, you can spend 1 minute that restores half your maximum spell slot. Rounded up! Usually things in D&D are rounded down. I like the fact that it's rounded up now. That's very cool. Alright. Eldritch Master feature granted level 20 still allows you to regain all your pack magic spell slots, but flavor-wise is now considered a more powerful version of the level 2 feature. I mean, yeah, whatever. It's fine. Cool. Very cool. You get your subclass. Okay, let's read the summaries of the subclasses. Archfey Patron. The Archfey Patron subclass leans more into the Feywild nature of your patron. Misty Step is added to your prepared spell list, and many of the features of the subclass give you extra uses of the spell, along with healing bonuses and damage effects on enemies when you use it. A teleporter. Incredible. Beguiling Defenses has also been updated to reduce damage you take and inflict damage with a reaction. That's cool. Okay, Celestial Patron. Celestial Resilience now also grants temporary hit points when you finish your Magical Cunning Ritual or complete a short or long rest. Cool. Dark One's Blessing for the Fiend Patron now also grants you temporary hit points if someone else reduces an enemy to 0 hit points within 10 feet of you. Oh, cool. You don't have to kill steal anymore. Sick. That's really cool.
Instead that was one of the most annoying things about playing as a Fiend Patron. It's like, well, yeah. I've got to get the killing blow for my blessing to actually be useful.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of once per long rest, you can use Dark One's own luck a number of times equal to your Charisma modifier and use Hurl Through Hell again by expending a pack magic spell slot. Oh my god. That's cool as hell. That's really, really cool. And then for Warlocks, the Great Old One Patron has received the biggest changes to any of the Warlock subclasses and is now much more heavily focused on the Lovecraftian, eldritch horror elements of it. Oh, baby. The features of this subclass are now heavily centered on using your patron's power to curse your enemies with Hex, break their minds with psychic damage, and even unleash aberrant horrors on the battlefield.
This is
cool.
This is what I want from a great old one.
Literally Cthulhu.
I wish to be an eldritch nightmare.
Incredible. You are. I mean, you will be one. Yeah, that's so sick. Also, this would do more things, like you could be a kraken. Your patron could be a kraken as well with the great old one. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Okay, contacting patron. We know about this. Mystic Arcanum. We know about that. Epic boon. Okay, so this is the boons that they have. This is an example. So when you get to level 19, you have access to one epic boon, and there are 12, and you can have any of them, but this is the one. Boon of Fate. Increase one ability score by 1 to a maximum of 30. When you or another creature within 60 feet of you succeeds or fails on a d20 test, you can roll 2d4 and add or subtract the result from the d20 roll. Once you use this feat, you can't use it again until you complete a short rest, long rest, or roll for initiative. So once per combat. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Once per combat. I mean, look, like I said, it's level 19, so many people are not going to get there. But if you do, it needs to feel nice. So once per combat, being able to like do a mini portent is very cool. I like that a lot. Very cool. And once again, coming to the end of our stream, but also the end of this Warlock update, we have once again determined that versatility is the name of the game when it comes to the 2024 Player's Handbook. I am loving the versatility that we've seen with Warlocks, with Druids, the College of Dance Bard, just adding so much more stuff that you can do that still maintains the identity of the class, but makes it easier to play with the other classes and work together with them so that you're not a solo act with 3 other solo acts with the DM. That it's everyone together, and I love that. That is fantastic stuff. Now, I haven't read this yet, but in the circles that I'm in, we have often, some people have spoken about a disappointment. Apparently there are 2 class disappointments that people have with the 2024 Player's Handbook. I'm not going to put expectations on your mind and tell you what they are. I would like you, in your own time, if you would like, to use the Discord TTRPG chat, because I want to talk about this more off stream as well, and go look at these changes to the classes and see if you can find the one that you think they're talking about. I personally, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I don't think it's as bad as people say, but we'll see. We will see. For now, though,
sounds like homework. Pass.
Well, then I guess we're not going to have a discussion then. For the rest of you, I think that'll be where we end it. So if anyone else has anything else to say about things, if anyone else has any more questions to ask or any other opinions they want to throw in there, please feel free to do so now or forever hold your peace. My voice is done. So
yeah.
So yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna get away from here, and I'll play some Wildermyth for a while.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to bed. I mean, I'll be with you unless you want to go away.
Nah, I'll see.
But for the rest of you, yeah, I think that's where we end it. So thank you guys. I will see you in Discord in a little bit. But thanks for hanging out with me today and providing your opinions. I really appreciated the discussion. And yeah, I don't know if I will play D&D in the future, but it is cool to read about the changes anyway. So there's that. All right, I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
Perfect timing for the stream to end. I need to bounce. Thank you once again, MJ. Thank you, Raz, for joining me today. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. What a lovely time it has been. I am appreciative of your presence here. It's been lovely to have you. It is now 2 minutes past midnight, just past midnight here in South Korea. Thank you for tuning into the Everything GM broadcast once again with a World of TTRPGs live stream. We've had such a lovely time today talking about all the classes and changes that are coming in the 2024 Player's Handbook. Please make sure you go on and have a great day, and if you don't, that's okay, because we are all human. Please make sure you drink enough water, Make sure that you're kinder to yourself than you're currently being, and I'll see you in the next stream when we do it all over again. Take care.